Hello, everyone. Welcome to Analytics, our For the Nerds. It's great to be back. It's National We're All Wearing Hats Right Now Day. Let's go.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up.
It's not National Hat Day. It's Juneteenth, everyone. Happy Juneteenth. Let's celebrate. And I'm already having heat stroke. I'm sorry.
Can we talk about we were talking pre-show whether or not we had, how we were going to open, and then you said we're all wearing hats, and then I was like, well, it's Juneteenth. And then you Googled what other day it was, and I thought you were joking. Please,
I'm not. It's okay. By the way, it's such an important day for people. It is Juneteenth, and it needs to be talked about more, especially in our country. So I looked it up what other day it is because Louis like, yeah, it's Juneteenth. Like, that should be it. And America sucks so much. It's also National Garfield the Cat Day. Holy shit, we suck. Okay.
I don't think Juneteenth should have to share it with anybody, but if they had to share it with anybody, I mean, Garfield the cat, pretty cool dude.
Yeah, it's also National Watch Day. So
saw the new movie lately, just recently, last week. Garfield the cat. Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay. Who plays the voice of Garfield? Is it like Jim Belushi again? I feel like it's very Jim Belushi.
Wait, it was Jim Belushi, wasn't it?
Or his brother, John Belushi?
I don't
Which
know.
one's still with us?
Are any of them still alive?
Ryan, welcome to the show. Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the Belushis are still alive. I didn't know there was a new Garfield movie out, but thank you for that. Looks like we have some summer plans. Our next gathering, our next Analytics are for the Nerd get together is going to be at the movie theater, I think.
Yeah. What's like a drive-in movie? So parents like just don't watch it and the kids are just glued to the TV, right? We have some big news in the world of sports. Louis is wearing his New York Mets hat. I'm wearing my Giants hat. The great legendary Willie Mays passed away at 93 years young. I know Louis and I are real big baseball fans. And as we know, the Giants and the Mets were basically the same team at one point. I just want to give a few things just to honor Willie Mays because, again, one of the greatest Giants. And I mean, the Mets, would you say he's like the best?
He was at the end of his career with the Mets, but I mean, it's like the Bills saying that Terrell Owens was a Bill. I mean, we got him at the end of his career, but
yeah. So for the majority of his career, when he was with the Giants, he was the say hey kid, as we know, 24 times MLB All-Star, 12 times Gold Glove winner, Rookie of the Year. He was a 2 times NL MVP. When he retired in 1973, he finished with 660 home runs, 3,293 hits, which is 3,293 more hits than I've ever had in the MLB. Batting average of a 302. He was inducted in 1979 with the first time he got in. It had 95% of the votes. Let's see those jerks that did not pick him. But yeah, the Giants and the Mets retired his jersey, which was number 24. And what an amazing legend, and kind of cool when you think about being alive when someone that amazing, got to be on this earth. So anyway, I'm a big fan. And I know the MLB, they took about like a moment of silence for the 15 games that were playing today, just to give him his due. And Willie Mays, everyone.
They did a moment of silence, but it was on a pitch count clock.
15 seconds.
They had to get in it. That's really good.
There he is. There he is.
They were going to do 10 gongs, but they could only get 6 in. I'm sorry, Ellie, to ruin your.
They get an automatic.
We were going to bring in our guest before that, so let's bring in our guest now. So, and luckily we did.
Bradley, welcome. Hello. Do you want to say anything mean about Willie Mays like these other two? Welcome to the pod.
Oh wait, you're on mute. Oh,
but your
wait,
picture's good.
Hold on.
This is from Willie Mays. He's coming back.
Willie Mays is cursing him. You're muted right now.
It's still nothing.
Does he know?
Do you want to sign out, come back in, or do you want to?
Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, let me bring him back. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, wait now.
You're muted.
No.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll reach back out.
But I will say, so Louis posted something on X earlier that said, "Hey, it's so hot, we're not going to wear shirts." Everyone is wearing a shirt. I am wearing a tank top, but I have black hair and it looks super weird. But any weirdos, you might like it. Let's see. Wait, Bradley, check 1 2.
Check 1 2.
Is this working?
Yeah,
now
we got.
Let's just wrap this episode, guys. Let's.
Thank you.
Hold on. Let's play the music and restart. Go ahead.
6 minutes in, everyone, and yeah, then you'll still have more mean things to say about Willie Mays, I'm sure. Bradley, would you like to say anything about the lovely, great Willie Mays?
Yeah, fun fact about Willie Mays. So he started playing for the Giants back in 1951, but then he served in the U.S. Army from 1952 to 1954.
And he did receive receive like a Medal of Honor, I believe, as well, right?
And then right after that is when he made his historic, like, over-the-shoulder catch. It was like right out of the Army, like one of the greatest plays in MLB history. And there hadn't been before that time, I wouldn't like, it's Babe Ruth and then Willie Mays.
Yeah.
Like up until that point. That's it. So like we're talking about historical figures like Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Willie Mays.
Yeah.
Like he was the next generation of the most elite player in MLB at that time.
Do you know how I know that happened? Because I'm an elite.
You were alive during that time, Louis.
No, I was gonna say no, because I'm an elite lip reader, and I could read you the first time you were saying, even though we couldn't hear you. So I knew what was coming. But no, that's now 7 minutes and 40 seconds into our football podcast talking about Willie Mays. So
I just think there's certain things we need to pay respect to, and I know there's probably a lot of listeners who are just solely focused on football, but I know there's a lot more that enjoy the 82 months of baseball a year. So anyway, so just so that's all I'll say. Let's move on, right?
Okay, I want to talk more, but can we talk about somebody else on the Willie Mays teams? All right, everything and nothing. Let's. What do you got for us this week?
Okay, so I'll go. I have one that I would like to talk about that is not football related, and then one that is. So I was doing a little looking into what was going on in trash culture, and I came upon the fact that Kittle, Kelsey, and Olsen have a school called Tight End University. Ew. Is that just me being gross? That's pretty gross. That's I know it's a tight end university, but like, does anyone come to break like that sounds pretty dumb? Okay, I'll see myself on it now.
I was waiting for somebody else to go. I know.
Is that an escalator? I think I know it's a tight end and you just train him, but like those are all some of the greats in the whole league, and and that's all they come up with. That is be better.
What else? All right, let's play with this though. Like, what else would you call it? I mean, what it's a school for tight ends? Like, I mean, tight end tech or something, or like make it
100% better. 100 tight end university. I mean, look, listen, everyone now as a former SUNY Buffalo State graduate went from college to university. Everyone could be in university now. I just think tight end tactics or something like something. It's so Is it a
They're-
4-year program? Like it's
They're
not.
frat boys. It's Kittle and they're frat boys. They love it, and not for nothing, but the best guys are there. They can call whatever the fuck they want.
They just
They
want to be
like,
called professor. That's all. They opened their own university so they could be called professor, earn their own tenure, and then this is the pathway. Why haven't we thought about this before? Create our own universities. Come on now.
Yeah. Is it so they can get better health insurance? Is what you're saying?
I think the only reason they're doing it is so that they can put like the Greek letters on the T, like the T, the E, and the U, and like just what, like it's like a fraternity. There it is.
All right.
They're somehow trying to figure out how to make more money with the nil rules. Just
like, yeah,
it's like,
you know, religion.
Like, I know this can happen. Now the kids in college are making money. We can do it. I'm sorry, I don't know why that was my George Kittle, but
come on, man.
I think it was a pretty good George Kittle.
It sounded a little Hulk Hogan. It sounded a little like, oh brother. I don't know why he did it that way, but I respect it.
I don't know why we're going to talk so much about even George Kittle now. Willie Mays and George Kittle were not on my bingo card, but did you see the story about how Lynch told Kittle that like no more wrestling? He like showed up at WrestleMania last year to do like a clothesline on the outside, and like they called him up and like made him re-sign like a whole new clause on his contract because that wasn't you know, he was like, no, you told me I couldn't go to wrestling, and they're like, well, guess what, you're coming tomorrow and we're going to tell you that you have to. But like that, so now all these players like legit have like can't go to WWE in their clauses since then. It was like it was like the head article on ESPN.com today. It was pretty crazy.
I love it. I think it's appropriate, and I love that all the nerds are slowly dying inside because of no more wrestling. Let's talk about the gross elephant in the room. Bill Belichick has a hot girlfriend. She's 24. He's 72. I'm not an ageist, so that's not an issue. But the great thing is, and I'm sure Ryan knows this because Ryan knows all the hot goss. It looks like Bradley knows it too. He signed her homework in 2021. She came up to him on an airplane and he autographed her homework.
That's not the story. Maybe it might be, but
a little bit of nothing. Everything.
They bonded over a project she was working on, and he gave her his number. Is that a?
Well, the project was the Pythagorean theorem.
As a master manipulator, I am on Bill Belichick's side, no matter how this ended up.
Wait. Like how? All right. A couple of questions here. He gave her her what type of project was this? Like how old was she? Like
it was a college. It wasn't like she wasn't in high school.
She knows what she's doing.
I thought this was like a science project. Like he's like on
an airplane.
Yeah.
Some Mentos,
like, hey,
Diet Coke. Hey, Bill,
build this volcano. Like
he just bust out Pop Rocks.
Yeah. Instead of the pissed off parent at 10 a.m., it's Bill Belichick doing a diorama at 10:30 p.m. with this.
So good. There is a Ring camera footage of him apparently doing a walk of shame, and they're really, apparently, again, if anyone wants a deep dive, just Google.
This is
you
wild.
can either Google Bill Belichick kissing his daughter, which is one of my favorite manipulations of a photo, and just Bill Belichick. Shirtless.
I want you to stick up for her more often, because you are one of my friends that I have believed. You are very open about that, but I want you to say that it's okay.
Oh, by the way, it's so okay. And also, take how I feel about the Patriots out of the way. Like, he still is like a really awesome coach that like is attracted to some people.
That's hard. He has shown recently he's got somewhat of a personality.
Yeah,
the roast he did well.
He did okay, but I'm all in favor of people doing what they got to do. But I just still think it's funny that like, good for him.
See, now I can't get the image out of my head of him of him not being at the draft during COVID, and instead his dog sitting in his seat and wondering, where is Bill? Where is Bill?
Where is he?
During the most important time of the Patriots offseason. Where's Bill?
He was at junior prom with his girlfriend.
He brought her to the recent Tom Brady getting put in the Patriots Hall of Fame thing. And to me, I just, as someone who just bitterly got out of a marriage and has done a lot of petty things, Tom Petty over here, that feels a little like, yo, I don't need you bitches. Look what I got. I don't know. We'll see. I'm praying for Bill. I actually love it. I hope it turns him into a swag machine.
A younger man. Younger man.
I love it. I love it.
Maybe he was listening to a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, heard about hims and hers, and it changed his life. Maybe.
Take the credit.
So good. And then not to waste our time on a non-football discussion, but anyone want to talk about Justin Timberlake and police officers not knowing who he is? Speaking of going down that section, not
Scotty Scheffler 2.0.
Yeah, really, right?
Scheffler.
It's what is going on with people? Just can you really? I can't even fathom a world where someone doesn't know who Justin Timberlake is because, my wife and I had that list where you can name 5 people you can sleep with or whatever, and I forgot what hers was, but mine was just Justin Timberlake 5 times. It was just so I just can't fathom a world when somebody doesn't know who he is. But
I'm throwing the flag for a second. Most people on their list have 1. You say, "Oh, honey, you have 1," and you guys had 5. Not to say why you guys didn't make it, but 5.
I was gonna say we got divorced. It didn't sound a shocker. It wasn't like one of them wasn't my friend Bill. It wasn't like she was your dad, Bill. It wasn't like that, but.
I'm picturing players have no trade clauses. You're constantly updating the list. That's I don't know. You gotta be careful.
You like Rihanna moves to Buffalo for some reason, and I just put her on my list, and she's like, okay, yeah, that's really bumped your chances up.
The Olive Garden waitress, what?
Guess what we're having for dinner tonight? I love it. Then that's all I have to talk about. We can go back to sports now. We're gonna do a fun thing, and it's our used car salesman. So what we're gonna do is pull up this thing that I just deleted. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, friends. It's one of those days. Thank you for listening. One listener. Thank you, one listener. So what we're going to do is we have the used car salesman. I'm going to go through each gentleman, and they're going to try to basically let me know. They're going to try to convince me who's a good player, a good machine, right? A good sell.
Someone undervalued. We're going to be trying to sell on each other. So you got some names there. Why don't you start off with one of the boys?
Yeah, let's go. I'm sorry, loves. I'm just okay. We're gonna go first, Ryan. We're gonna try to sell me Tyler Lockett.
Okay, and this is in the context of are we thinking dynasty sells or just in general best ball?
Let's talk about this year. Because we are talking about guys that are undervalued. So even in a dynasty aspect, if the guys we're talking about here are buys and redraft, are obviously going to be buy nows on win now dynasty teams. So
yeah, it's always a good sign when the person who's going to pitch you a player is asking, wait, how do I do this again? All right, so let me sell you on Tyler Lockett. So Tyler Lockett is, I think, the definition of a criminally underrated player. Year in and year out, this guy just gets it done. And we look at last year, and it was perhaps his worst season in the past, 5, with only 894 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Okay, this is a guy before that had 4 straight seasons of 1,000 yards, 9, 8, 10, and 8 touchdowns in those 4 seasons. And look, I know he's 31 years old, but he didn't really show signs of slowing down last year. And the biggest selling point here to me is that I think the Seattle offense is in for a major upgrade this year with the addition of, I think it's Ryan Grubb. Is that what his name is? Ryan Grubb. Yeah, he was the head coach at Washington, the offensive coordinator, for Washington for the past 3 seasons. And the most interesting thing about that is they were extremely pass heavy. And I expect that not only with the personnel that they have in Seattle with JSN, Lockett, and DK Metcalf, and now you have this guy who comes in that wants to run 3 wide receiver sets. I think it's the perfect match for person and offense. And I think you're going to have at least 1 more, maybe 2 more years of really good production from Tyler Lockett. So I expect him to get back to 1,000 yards this year and somewhere in the range of 7 to 10 touchdowns.
Awesome. That you sold me on him, and I'm sorry that my setup to him was atrocious. So, Bradley, would you like to try to sell me on Taysom Hill? No.
Yes. I have to get into character. I'm gonna give you the best deal, the greatest of deals. We need the tight end. We're big on the tight ends in this room for the fantasy football. I know you want the best of deals. We want to find the best deals anywhere we can, the edges in all of the deals. But let me give you one in the tight ends, because if you can win the tight end, you can win anywhere. And he is getting mispriced. He is mispriced. We want edges everywhere. And Taysom Hill can give you the edge you want. Okay, I can't keep it up. My voice.
Why are you a Pakistani used car salesman?
A little.
I couldn't tell if you were trying to sell me a used car or a Slurpee.
Taysom Hill is mispriced. He is currently going as in like the last rounds of your fantasy drafts, but he is a tight end. He's been with the tight ends. He has been training with the tight ends. He has been in the film rooms with the tight ends. He has been practicing with the tight ends. The tight end coaches are the ones who are talking about him coming out of practices. He is a tight end. Problem is, he's not being treated like one, and like the one he has been in the past. He rushes, he catches, he throws, he does it all. And Taysom Hill is going to be the tight end 1 because Juwan Johnson's dealing with a foot injury. Even right now in the offseason, he can't stay healthy. Taysom Hill, tight end 1. We've got a new offensive coordinator in Clint Kubiak in the New Orleans. And so we're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of motion, a lot of involvement with this 34-year-old Taysom Hill. Don't forget about him. He's been in your last round of your fantasy drafts, and you're like, but Bradley, he is a quarterback on FFPC. On the high stakes, he's a quarterback, and that's why he's being drafted in the last round. But wait, if you have played on FFPC, you remember the debacle last year where he was marked as a tight end, and then in the middle of the season, when the depth chart came out that he was listed under a quarterback, they switched him to a quarterback. So we are just going to expect that he is going to be moved back to the tight end position. He should be drafted about 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds higher in your fantasy drafts. And on other platforms, some he's a quarterback, some he's a tight end. But the rushing upside is that Alvin Kamara is old. Jamal Williams is old. Kendre Miller has been dealing with knee issues. They want to involve a lot of players in the running game in New Orleans. Taysom Hill is the answer. Taysom Hill is the truth. Get yourself some Taysom Hill.
Wow, I'm in, and I think I want to enroll him in Tight End University. That was well said. I'm sold, and I'm excited to see where they kind of place him in training camp this summer. That'd be fun to watch if they adjust. Wow, I'm buying a lot of people today. Lou, do you want to go Janu Smith?
Yeah, I want to just I really do like that point on Hill, and with Hill is that he's gaining value, or he deserves more value no matter whether it be a super flex league or a tight end premium league. One quarterback leagues and non-tight end premium leagues, maybe he doesn't really, get you too much value outside of best ball. But like you said, I think he plays a really big role. So he could end up getting into your second QB spot in some games. He could end up being in a tight end premium league, a huge play. So yeah,
he outscored Tua 3 different games last year.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have to sell me big on that, but that was a great job doing so. With Jonnu, I'm gonna simplify this. I mean, he's going to the best quarterback he's had in his whole career. Not that I'm not a huge fan of Tua, but if you look at who he's had previously, best play action quarterback in the league. He's gonna, be able to I think not just is it the best quarterback he's had in the league, it's the best tight end that Miami's had as well. His production was of a tight end one last year until they really started using Pitts more here in the second half of the year. He's always been productive. There's nothing in his history has shown with 2 bad quarterbacks last year was supposed to be in a backup role. He's been a productive player. You got Hill, Beckham, and Waddle in front of him that don't scream the greatest health history of those 3. I love Jonnu this year. He's going as tight end 23, an underdog, and free in Dynasty right now. Like I'm eating on win now teams in Dynasty, and almost always with a 2-3 cheaper tight end build. I'm at 30% of him on underdog right now. I really like Jonnu.
Everyone is telling me that was
you didn't seem as excited about mine as you did for Ryan and Bradley's.
Once you go from tight end and a QB, I'm like, I'm kind of sold. All right, let's go to Ryan. Can you sell me on Hunter Henry?
Sure. So Hunter Henry is a simple case for me. You have an ambiguous offense as far as pass catchers go. A lot of unproven guys, a lot of young guys. Demario Douglas is probably their most established option on the roster right now, right? And then, I like Jalen Polk a lot. But look, you have a potentially a rookie quarterback starting, let's say, most of the game this year. That's my prediction. And with a safe option, a reliable option in the middle of the field, I think it could be kind of a safety blanket for Drake May or even Jacoby Brissett if he's thrust into the starting role at the beginning of the season. So I just expect him to get hit with a lot of targets this year. If he can stay healthy, I expect him to way pay off his tight end 18 price tag right now. I mean, he's going a pick 164, and I just feel like that's way too low for a player that I think is the most established pass catcher on an offense that could surprise. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots took a step forward this year as far as his offense goes.
Can they take a step back?
No, right.
I'm not being facetious. It's just, I mean, really, but I agree with you as well.
And if you're listening, anyone, Louis stepped out and came back with new glasses and a vape pen. Very Mr. Potato Head-esque. Very,
just in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it.
I did hear everything Ryan was saying. They were all objects were attainable in this room. Sorry.
I heard that door squeak and I was like, could you sell me on Blake Corum?
Yeah, this is the most mispriced player in all of fantasy football right now because Kyren Williams is getting a lot of love because he was one of the top running backs last year. But we know what Kyren Williams is. Ask how, ask now. Ask Kyren Williams, and he will give you something okay. But Blake Corum is a difference maker. We saw him win a national championship with the University of Michigan Wolverines this past year as the main locomotive running back. And that was coming off of a devastating knee injury at the end of the previous year, where he was the most highly rated PFF graded running back in terms of rushing grade. He is an absolute beast. And Sean McVay has been praising him all off season. He's got the draft capital we wanted to see from him as a rookie. And Kyron Williams isn't anything special. Like, he's a Notre Dame product. Cheer, old Notre Dame. Love Notre Dame. I went there. But Blake Corum is a different tier of running back in terms of what he brings. Kyron Williams is like Theo Riddick. Okay, great. Good pass catcher, capable NFL player. But Blake Corum will come in, win this job very easily. And we've seen what the LA Rams running back has done when given the full load. We've seen Todd Gurley. We've seen when a healthy Cam Akers was there. And we saw when a healthy Kyron Williams was there. Boom, this is a potential top 5 running back in the NFL. So we want Blake Corum, who's going in round 10, round 11 of your fantasy drafts. You need to be overweight on Blake Corum.
Yeah. I think you make an excellent point too, just about McVay and what he does to development on those players. So that's an excellent point. I think you just been promoted to regional general manager. I feel like great points. You guys want to talk about any of those points that Bradley just
Yeah, I hope he's right, because I have 25% exposure to him right now on
Let's go.
Underdog. So he's a favorite target of mine as a very frequent zero or fragile, hyper fragile RV build, right, Allie? Hyper fragile RV build. That's your
Robust,
your favorite
hyper
kind of
fragile.
build, isn't it?
That's
my
a go-to.
in high school. Hyper fragile.
That's Allie every time you ask her about her feelings. No, I love the Corum pick. Let me real quick on this. I know we're running late, but on Corum and Kyron Williams, where does Kyron Williams have to settle in to become a value for you guys? Because I am not picking him right now, but now and haven't been most of the offseason, but he is just slipping and
Round
slipping.
5.
You think?
And right now, I got him in mid round 4 today. He's been before the NFL draft.
Then you're lying. Then you're lying. Then it's mid round 4.
Look,
I just asked you when you're going to start taking them.
I got my one share of Kyron Williams mid round 4, but
That's
he's
a great
normally
value, though,
like mid round 3, so he fell around.
Yeah.
And we're competing against other people who are taking him like 12th overall, 13th overall.
Yep.
This is a massive, massive value, because even if Blake Corum doesn't pay off, you want the Rams backfield. You want it. So
I love
Corum.
the point.
I love it. Lou, sell me on JSN.
I'll do it quick, and I picked this guy specifically because their boy Bradley's going to be on tonight. Bradley is a why do you hate JSN? I'll be quick, and then I'm sure you're going to have some rebuttal. The guy was an analytics darling coming into the year last year, got hurt, never really got part of the offense. Geno Smith may or may not even last this year as the quarterback. Lockett's another year older. I do not. The one player that we talked about today that I do not agree about is Tyler Lockett. But I'll tell you one thing too. I've been down on him the last 5 years, like everybody else, and he keeps going. So Tyler Lockett not being a good wide receiver is just like me saying Russell Wilson wasn't a good quarterback his whole career, even though he won the Super Bowls and MVPs. And I swore that Russell Wilson's not a quarterback. And finally, at 36 years old, I'm right. But I haven't been. It's got to hit for Lockett soon. I think the opportunities. I think JSN could become the alpha there as quickly as this year with a change. All it takes is a guy like Howell coming in, and any kind of change. Next year, say it's a rookie quarterback, just a little bit of a change in how things are being done there and ran. And I think he's got the talent to be better than Metcalf. He got slowed down by injuries last year, and I don't think he was at 100% at all. So is he going to be a bust? I'm not going to sit here and 100% and tell you that he's going to be the best thing that ever happened. But right now he's becoming way too much of a value. This price is better than you're ever going to get on JSN. Come buy him now, because when the value goes up in a few weeks, I'm charging you this double with a little bit of interest because you were an idiot and didn't buy him today.
Bradley, I see. Do you want to take any heat?
I'm a little agnostic on Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think it's because, I'll talk about Lockett more later, but there's a lot of unknowns because he was injured, but even after the injury, he just didn't play well. And maybe it was scheme, maybe it was offensive coordinator, maybe it was because they were the slowest pace play team in the NFL, maybe it was because they ran the fewest plays, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of pathways that JSN failed last year that all of them would then have to go right, I think, for him to get back into this conversation of he's not a bust. Because year one, he really busted.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot about it.
What are you saying? Is Jason a loser? Not in that way. But buy him also now. Ryan, I know you made some big trades. Do you want to talk about some big moves you did?
Sure. So what was it? A week ago or so, a week and a half ago, we had in our Empire Dynasty League, the rookie draft, and it's a league where a lot of trades are often made on the day of the draft because it's in person. And so let's just start right at the top, and we'll work our way through these. I want to just get your reaction. So there's 4 trades I want to gauge your temperatures on. So originally I had Breece Hall and Tyreek Hill, and I traded them for pick 104, which is a bit of an overpay if you look at market value. And then I had flipped 104 and a 2025 second for CeeDee Lamb. So I originally had Hall and Hill, turned that into 104, added a 25 second, and got CeeDee Lamb. Thoughts?
Traded Hall and Hill for 104, then flipped 104 for. So you ended up getting.
So you lost Hall, Hill, and a second, and you got CeeDee Lamb, essentially.
Yep. That's essentially the deal.
I like the Hall Hill second side.
Yeah. I think that turned out to be a little bit of an overpay. I don't remember feeling like you lost either of those deals separately. That crazy. But then I guess when you put them together, I feel like you were kind of on the short end there. But I just remember feeling like Hall and Hill wasn't crazy for 1-4 and Neighbors in a second wasn't crazy for Lamb. But I feel like, I don't know, kind of looking at it cumulatively, I feel like they were both small losses that make it a little bit bigger of a loss when you look at it.
That's fine. My birthday party is coming up in a couple of weeks. I just won't send any invites your way. It's all right. All right. So second trade, and actually, can we get Ellie's thoughts on this, please? I mean, honestly, most important.
I know what's your next trade, which is very interesting because I think this one player everyone's trying to get. I don't know if everyone's dropping him or not. So let's talk about your next one, and then we'll.
All right. So prior to this past season, so at the 2023 rookie draft, I traded Aaron Rodgers for a 2024 random first. It would turn out to be 106. Earlier this offseason, I traded Bryce Young to Louis for his pick 109. And then I traded 106 and 109 for Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, and 304.
So
that went too fast. Sorry. I'm trying to take notes on this.
Sure.
So if you take the original, I'll just say the original players for what I ended up getting. So it's Aaron Rodgers and Bryce Young for Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix, and 304.
That's a win for you.
With
when you
Penix,
consider the huge win that you got from the Rodgers trade last year.
Yeah.
It is tough to take that W from. I'm just trying to figure that out without the W from the Rodgers trade. So basically, it would have been just call it 1-6, 1-6 and Bryce Young for Jaden Daniels, Penix, and 304, I still feel like that is, if not even a win. Jaden Daniels, I think, is the best piece in that, right? So
For sure.
Whenever you get the best piece, I think that you can consider it a win anytime as a tiebreaker. So yeah, I like what you ended up doing there. The great move that you got from last year from the Rodgers just enhances that by far. I just think if you're trying to figure out what if you did things right this year, leave that part out of it and you still won.
Right.
Here's a question for you guys: does anyone have Rodgers still on any roster? Are you guys? Everyone's dumping him, right?
All super flex. No, all super flex rosters. He'll obviously be on the teams and in one quarterback leagues. He's I guess rosterable, but not really going to be.
He's a bye week fill-in.
Yeah, but no, in super flex, he's one of my highly owned guys on Underdog. I just think at QB 21 with now with a week 17 matchup against the Bills, he's become a little bit more of a target because the Bills obviously is an offense that's easy to target. So I'm matching him up in correlation against the Bills in week 17 with Conklin and Corley. You don't really get a lot of, if you're going Bills and stuff, you're really not doing a lot of Garrett Wilson early on with that. But, the perfect situation, it doesn't cost a lot to stack the Bills. So you could really do Garrett Wilson, Rodgers, Conklin, along with Allen, Kincaid, and, 2 or 3 of those Bills wide receivers. And that could be fun here in week 17 where, not for nothing, but one thing that I'm not pushing the narrative here on week 17 in Underdog is I'm not playing the weather card like everyone's playing. We have had some really good December games in the last few years. We've not had rough winners here in Buffalo. And I know it's a lot of fun. We've had a couple crap games, don't get me wrong, but it's not always, it's not sold to be 10 degrees, windy and snowy week 17. Like, I don't know. The Jets and Bills can be a really interesting matchup that week. And shut the fuck up, Ryan, with that dumb smile. What are you trying to tell me?
No, I'm just laughing. It's just, Louis just like, he steps outside today. It's 95 degrees. He's like, oh, it'll be fine in December. It'll be totally fine. What do we have to worry? In week 17, it'll be great.
Remember the Vaseline we all had on our face the last 5 Decembers? Yeah. Okay. And then Ryan, I know you have one more just to keep this moving.
Yeah,
I know
one more that I know that Bradley will give the stamp of approval on. It was a trade of straight up Kyren Williams for Jonathan Brooks.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, that was a huge win. How did that happen? I don't know if I saw that that day.
Well,
that was after the draft. You did that?
It was during the draft. No, it was during Mike Leone and I had been working on that one for a while, where he wanted Kyren. We tried to do some stuff pre-draft. It wasn't.
Let's shit on Leone. Everybody talk shit about Leone. Let's go. No, he's actually going to be on the podcast in a couple of weeks. I love you, Mike.
Leone's great. Leone's great for the record. We love him.
Yes.
you guys sound like you're trying to make an excuse for what you just said. I'm just
No,
but that's so we're happy with that trade, right? That's an excellent trade. Everyone's two thumbs up.
That was a huge win for sure.
2 thumbs all the way up.
I do think we should skip our NFC West breakdown because I don't think we'll have enough time for it today. So we will push that off till next week. But that means we get to go and do some fun stuff now.
Because it's dry June.
No, I have a reason why.
Okay.
And I'm ready to you know why. And you're the only one.
HR,
I don't even know. I have not even updated you yet. And I know you and I keep our secrets. So I know you've kept mine. And I was going to, I was not going to make a big deal about this. I'm inspired by Allie, who did 75 hard recently. And about 2.5 weeks ago, I took a walk with her about 3 days into not drinking. Her and I go for a walk because I was, in my head going, I'm going to do a couple of days of that 75 hard. I ain't getting to 75, but, let me see if I can get the 5. Well, we're on day 18 now. I wasn't going to tell anybody because I was sure I was going to fail within the first week. I'm still like, I could drink tomorrow, guys. I don't think I'm going to get to 75, but I said this for 18 straight days. And we're still here. I'm drinking over a gallon of water a day, a couple exercises a day. Haven't drank in 18 days, which I mean, this sounds such an alcoholic thing, but I don't know if it's been before the age. Like, I don't know if I've gone that long since 16. And I know that sounds a little shit, but like, it's cool. It's Allie told us a lot of these things when she was, shut up, you asshole. Are you just chugging wine right now?
No, it's not. No, I'm doing water.
Oh my God, this is a great story. My buddy Jesse, who you two know barely, I don't think you met him. We go out to dinner the other day. He goes, you don't mind if I didn't tell him until we were out to dinner. I go, listen, man, I'm just not drinking enough for anything. I'm just doing a little personal stuff. And he goes, well, you don't mind if I drink? Of course not, dude. I'm not that guy. Like, and I had been out. I've been to a lot of different social events where I haven't been drinking and been fine. Yeah, sure. The motherfucker orders a bottle of wine.
You don't mind if I have some,
like,
do you?
You don't mind if I have a drink. The dude orders a bottle of wine and sits there for 45 minutes after we were done with dinner, sipping it like it was some fucking 1962 fine wine. Oh my! Is there any fine wines from 1962? I don't know. I don't really know much.
So
about
you drove. Okay.
But yeah. So, anyways, this is why I came up with it, because I've been looking for. I haven't really done a crazy diet with it or anything. I've just not ate like shit. And doing the water, I dropped 15 pounds in 2 weeks, which was so dumb. That was all just the lard just coming off of me immediately. It wasn't any hard work or anything. It was just like fat, just kind of just coming out of places. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm at a weight that I haven't been at in about 10 years, and a goal, a high school goal in reach. I think I'm still about 30 pounds from that, but I didn't think I was getting 18 days. So I'm proud of that. Any of these weeks I will come in here and tell you that it's broken, but right now it's not. So
yeah, it was very important that we cut the NFC West segment so that you could brag for the
Yes.
It was. I did just stretch the brag. I'm sorry.
15 pounds for 15 minutes. Here we go.
Yeah.
Ryan should charge us now for having to listen to that.
We need a Louis clock, if anything, today.
I know. Ben Louis is like so confident now. No, congratulations. It's a big deal. As I always say, it's really annoying because men just have to stop drinking and they lose 15 pounds. I've been on a diet for the last 35 years and all right. It's annoying.
You
but
look great, Allie. You look great.
No, congratulations, huge. So because of that, I didn't want to out you. We're going to do our best beverage draft for non-alcoholic drinks. So, Louis, would you like to please make our special order?
Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
Louis just goes into his childhood trauma. We're like, why are we?
Allie, you're number 1. Ryan, number 2. Bradley, number 3. God damn it, I always get the last pick. Number 4, and I'm gonna lose my top 2. All right, who was number 1? Ellie, go ahead. You do
I'm obviously gonna go with the OG and go with water is my favorite non-alcoholic beverage.
It's got to be up there. It's got to be up there, and
should
be one. But it wasn't gonna be my one, but it should be. It's everybody's one.
It's not my one. What are you talking about? Overrated water.
Overrated.
Yeah, that's like the years in the NFL draft.
It's a high floor, low ceiling type of drink.
Exactly.
What did you say, Ryan?
First overall.
What was it, Ryan?
I said when water is taken first overall, it's like it's an offensive tackle getting taken first. It's Eric Fisher year. It's very boring.
Eric Fisher year.
I think this is a bad pick.
No, it's just
just safe.
Yeah.
Safe and boring.
Right.
All right.
Well, now with the second pick, I'm gonna take something that is gonna be very well received that I couldn't live without, and that's coffee. Coffee is my 101. It's great. What's not to love about coffee? It's I Oh yeah, look, it's
Water.
coffee. It's right there. Yeah, you don't have to say it's like water and coffee. I mean, that's the first 2 picks. Makes sense.
Yep.
We're taking the gold.
Really good. I like
Speaking
it.
of gold, liquid gold at number 3, chocolate milk.
Oh, you mother! Man, that's so good. That was
so
like
good. It's
That
so
was my
good.
number
The one I wrote in the notes, no matter what, chocolate milk.
I
Oh,
literally have some right next to me. I'm
Okay.
drinking it out of the gallon.
Paper, glass, or plastic. What's your favorite way that it's stored in?
I don't discriminate.
Oh, okay.
This is mine. I'm not even joking. We'll go through one of these like every few days. It's right
And
now.
he still lost 15 pounds. So
Yeah, it's still on it. And it used to be, I mean, now I'm not drinking. It was my number 1 hangover cure. It's the weirdest hangover cure ever, but I would wake up and chug chocolate milk. Don't ask me why.
Where's the glass you're putting
That's
that?
a great pick. Coffee and chocolate. The top 3 picks on my board are gone, guys. Yeah, you crushed the first round of the draft.
congrats to us. Well done.
Now I'm all sorts of fucked up here. And I'm like, I'm like the Minnesota Vikings here. I'm flustered. I might not get the pick in.
Philadelphia Eagles, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
the Vikings had missed the pick, wasn't it? Didn't the Vikings miss the pick
yeah,
one year?
The Rager, the Rager pick.
Oh,
Jefferson, it's okay.
I just can't. This might not deserve this here, but I just can't get out of this draft without some chocolate. So I'm gonna go hot chocolate here.
Ooh, yes.
And it might be an early pick for the first round, but it is a necessity from December 1st to February 1st.
I won't judge you for a reach.
Yeah, it's fine. And yeah, it's all right. And then I gotta go Dr. Pepper because I can't not have it. And I'm not a big pop guy anymore, Mr. Healthy over here, and I don't drink too much, but when I want to pop, man, Dr. Pepper fucking just hits the spot. You know what? It's out better than can, better than not in one of these. The best Dr. Pepper in the world, drive-through fountain Dr. Pepper. That is with lots of ice. Do I sound? Is the drool right now telling you how much I want to eat? It's past my fasting time. Okay, yeah. Hot chocolate and Dr. Pepper. That's for me. And going back to Bradley.
All right. Well, with the second round pick, selecting milkshakes.
Oh,
I don't care. We're going with milkshakes. Classic. Nope. Tasty, delicious milkshakes.
That's good.
All right. I'm gonna I'm just Bradley's team. It's gonna like wreck somebody's stomach. You have to not for the faint of heart.
Bradley's team should be called Team Patrice O'Neal. I'm sorry. That's me. All right. R.I.P. Patrice and R.I.P. Billy Mays.
Team A1C.
Okay. I'm gonna pick. So I'm also not big into soda or pop or whatever you want to call it, but I think I'm gonna take what is the best soft drink, and that's Coca-Cola. Like an ice cold Coca-Cola is, the best. I just think it's the classic. What you're disagreeing? I mean, I think
Pepsi is. I'm not a big fan of either, but Pepsi over Coke like a million times over.
What? I mean,
he's an Ohio boy. You got to remember that.
No, the most scientific proof of why Coke is better than Pepsi is that they did this test with ants, and they put drops of Pepsi and drops of Coca-Cola in front of the ants, and guess what? They love the Coke way better, and that was not because they put the actual cocaine in that anymore.
I was gonna say we all do, right?
It was the regulated Coca-Cola that we drink today.
So what is this? A soda for ants?
Yeah. Don't. So ants would like they eat garbage and shit, and you're saying all gathered. Okay.
Look, I'm just saying, would you rather
Okay.
would you rather take the ant's opinion or Louis' opinion? That's all I'm asking.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I really want milkshake, but I guess I will have to go with mine's mine's like if you are in a hospital. So I had water as my number one, number two, almond milk.
You cannot believe that. You can't believe that.
I really do. I drink almond.
You are just around drinking almond milk.
I literally do. I'm I'm like a vegetarian / sometimes vegan. But I do that. It's repulsive, everyone. I know. And then let's make everyone.
Metamucil is still available if you want to take that.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna be edgy. My favorite NA beer is Corona. It's really good if you're looking for an NA option. It tastes just like it, and I'm gonna go with NA Corona.
All right.
I am in 4th place, and I'm well aware.
Okay. Ellie held a party one time, and I wasn't drinking at that time either. And she said, "Lou, I know you're not drinking. I'm gonna have some NA Corona."
In my garage.
And I get there. Guess what? No fucking NA Corona. No NA beer. And
it was busy.
I had to go to a party and drink soda water all day.
It's in my garage. If you want to have a backyard hang, we can have the NA Corona together, and I will. It's delicious. It tastes like Corona without the fun. It's so good. Highly recommend. It's fun. It's fun.
Okay.
All right.
My computer. Okay.
Okay. For my next pick, it's a bit of a controversial pick because I don't think it's going to be like widely panned as a great pick, but I love coconut water. I'm actually drinking some coconut water right now. It's really good for you. And if Vita Coco wants to start sponsoring us, I mean, let's go.
I don't think you understood the assignment, Ryan. I don't think you understood the assignment.
What? How do I not? What, milkshakes and what is this? I mean, what are we, 3rd graders? Like, come on, chocolate milk and milkshakes. Like, come on.
I'm the kid with like a nut allergy at school, and you guys are like, "Mom, give me $3. I'm gonna buy whatever I want." Like,
whatever I want.
Yeah.
You can have whatever you want.
Milkshakes. I think it's one flavor. You took them all, Bradley. You took them all.
Listen, it's the no alcohol thing threw me off. Right, I'm taking coconut water here, and there's nothing you can do about it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
What kind of fun?
Wow.
All your choices are still left, is what you're saying?
Well, with my 3rd round pick, I'll select High C.
That's it. Yeah. You said A1C again? Is that what you said? A1C?
No. The High C orange juice. There you go. Like for the box pouches.
Bradley,
the straws.
Bradley, when we get off of this, I'm going to send you the hard 75 thing that I'm doing. You gotta make changes in your life, brother. That's great. No, I love that.
That's drinking a half gallon of chocolate milk.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you gotta make some changes.
Sugar, Lou. You mustn't have any sugar.
No, it's not no sugar. You have to pick a diet. You have to pick a diet that fits you. No, yeah, I know that shit.
I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it, guys. Come on.
There it is. One that I have to have here again, and this is just like right now reading my team. If when I picked this, and this was all I had to drink the rest of my life was hot chocolate, Dr. Pepper, and hot tea, I would fucking hate myself. But hot tea deserves to be on one of our lists. It was worldwide one of the most. It's got to be worldwide. It's got to be number 2 drink to water, right? Like I want to say everywhere else, it's more drink. Tea is drink more than coffee. right? In other countries, possibly. I'm just saying things that like I wanted to sound smart, but I don't know if that's true. I know people in Boston or something did a tea party or thing. So there was that. And then like, what am I gonna do to round this out? It's just like I should get a juice, but I don't love juices. I'm gonna go with like a Carnival birch beer. I feel like birch beer needed to be drafted too. It's great. Now I got 2 soft drinks. I don't even like soft drinks. Now I'm calling them soft drinks. Like
Y'all are giving me crap for
going
unhealthy
on?
drinks.
I know it's not like I was much healthier. I know. The tea will help me sleep and poop. So that's I guess it. All right, back the other way. I'm glad this is
Well, if I don't do it, I
I'm
don't
gonna start
know.
drinking again tonight after this draft.
If I don't do it, I don't know if it gets drafted. I don't know. This is terrible because there's 2 of them that I'm worried that Allie and Ryan won't take. And it would be a shame if these are undrafted free agents. So, you know what? We'll see. Lemonade. The classic lemonade is
On
one
my
of them.
list. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
Lemonade's good.
Can't leave it off the list. Can't leave it undrafted.
No, I probably should have went that way instead of birch beer, but I like it. I like your team.
Okay.
Good draft. Go ahead, Brian.
It's for Bradley, for sure.
Well, based on the hint, maybe I am getting to what you're talking about here. I'm going to take sweet tea. Maybe you're talking about just iced tea in general, or based on your reaction or lack thereof, it wasn't either of those things. But I'm taking sweet tea because just like blue. I'll give you props. Tea was a good pick. Hot tea is a good pick. I'll give you that. But I like sweet tea, especially in summer. It's great. So
brewed or like brewed tea or just like canned
brewed sweet tea, like a real sweet tea.
Yep.
Or even Chick-fil-A sweet tea is really good too.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Oh, I hate me. I only get one now, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So I have one that I actually drink, and then one that I used to when I was DJ Fat Alley. So I'm gonna go with my youth chub drink, Tim Hortons frozen cap.
Oh, that should have been up there.
The Timmy.
That's really good. That's good.
Still, if you put all mine in a bucket, terrible, ugly color that looks like sadness. But, we all have some other things that we could have thought of, like a slushy, Capri Sun, grape juice, apple juice, the healthy stuff, right, everyone?
Fruit punch, spark lemonade, Gatorade was undrafted. 2% milk was undrafted.
Squirt's a great one. Squirt's a great one. Squirt. Yeah. Apple juice, pineapple juice, cream soda. I thought might go. Like cream soda is like it's cream soda.
The first taste of cream soda is the 101, but everything else after that, like one taste, and then the rest of the can go.
Is it not crazy? It's the only thing in the world that tastes great for 7 seconds. It's like that fruit stripe gum. Yes. It's like it's the best thing ever for 7 seconds. So, but then it just is like that's such a perfect way to put it.
Yeah, no, the only other one I had was spa water. I love spa water, like a little cucumber, a little lemon in there. Just, I guess I really did misunderstand the assignments. Everyone's like, "Oh, just the high tea milkshakes." I'm like, "Oh, coconut water, spa water, please." Trying to hydrate.
Over here.
We're doing Ellie didn't want to out me about my diet. You're outing yourself in a whole nother way.
Yeah.
What? Who doesn't? Oh my God, guys! I'm telling you what.
How expensive are the joggers you're wearing right now, Ryan? You feel better. That was so much fun. Bradley, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, please, he's the news director at Player Profiler. Please, if you wanted to say anything about just what you do, because it's pretty awesome and extensive and very football driven.
Thanks, Allie. Appreciate it. So what I do is I help navigate our news team at Player Profiler. So go to playerprofiler.com/news and just bookmark that website because we update it daily, multiple times a day. We get videos out there, fantasy football analysis, really deep cuts too. So if you are in small or you're in large leagues, deep benches, things like that, that's really helpful. It's free. Like just bookmark it. We're beating some of the bigger news,
Wow.
some of the bigger news sites as well, with some of our not only getting the news out, but also like quality of analysis. We've got some really, really strong analysts that are contributing there. And also we've got videos too. Player Profiler News YouTube channel is separate from the Player Profiler channel. So make sure you go and checking that out, subscribing to the YouTube channel. We're almost at 500 subs there. Just started this, in the last few months. So really it's taken off and I'm really proud of the team. So yeah, I'm like a conductor, orchestrating all of the chaos and the news and trying to determine what's noise and news. And it's a lot of fun. So yeah, direct the news, Player Profiler.
And one of those shows that you are directing, our good friend Mike Shope and Adam Krautwurst at the Deep End is on Player Profiler. So check them out there as well. And Brad, thanks for coming on as always. You're always one of our most fun guests. So we always look forward to having you.
Yeah, great to hang out with all three of you tonight.
Thanks. All right, stay safe and good luck with the weather on your side of the world.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brad.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everyone. Again,